This video is intended for a mature audience only. If you're a kid, please go away. Uh, Hi guys, Little Two for Life here, bringing you a kind of late night video. Now, normally this kind of stuff I'd wait until the morning, but this is big, and I'm just gonna go ahead and chug this out as soon as I can because we've got Master Roll 5 news and a new dueling format announced, which is interesting. I haven't read anything other than that they are undoing my least favorite part about Master Roll 4, and I cannot be happier. And I will cover that in a minute, and we're going to go over everything. And, and I'm blown away. I was not expecting this stuff to get announced. I was thinking maybe Konami would announce something by the end of the year, but not now. I do got to be quiet because everybody else in my house is asleep and it's been a long day. So don't expect any overly crazy reactions. I'm going to keep very calm as excited as I am, because as far as we can tell for now, they have not announced any new mechanics. Now, I have not looked at everything yet. I just know that there's a new gameplay style, a new duel style, which is apparently called a rush duel, which just sounds like a fancier way of saying speed duel. If I had to take a guess, they're probably going to ditch speed duels and adapt something new, if I had to take a guess. Also consider that speed duels are TCG exclusive right now. So it's a possibility that rush duels are just what they're calling speed duels in Japan. I don't know. But considering that this Blue Eyes Dragon right here, has completely different artwork styles entirely, I don't know. Let's get on with it. First and foremost, I do want to make mention there were 2 new cards announced. I'm not going to cover these here. I'm going to cover them later. Looks like we got a new archetype announced called the Codebreaker. I don't recognize that. And we got a new Traptrix XYZ monster. I'll cover those in another video because I want to see if any more cards get announced. Especially for this Codebreaker archetype, I don't recognize that name. So, I'm actually going to keep refreshing this to see if any more information comes out. That's the issue of doing this so early. So first and foremost, Master Roll update. As you guys know, the least liked thing in regards to Master Roll 4 was that you cannot summon monsters into any zone. Okay, like any extra deck zone. So let's say you want to synchro summon a Stardust Dragon, you have to summon it in the extra monster zone, or summon it to a zone that a Link monster points to. This was done entirely to sell Links, because they knew that Links sucked initially, and there was no way Link monsters would make an impact unless they forced them down your throat. Of course, later on, Links turned into the literal, I would say, most broken mechanic in the game due to how versatile and easy they are to use. You know, I'd say they're even better than pendulums in most regards. So this is something that I'm excited for. As of April 1st in the OCG only at the moment. We don't know when this is going to kick in for TCG. Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz monsters will be summonable to the main monster zone in addition to the extra monster zone. So theoretically, if you want to, you can summon six extra deck monsters now. The rules for Link monsters will remain the same, and you are not limited to one of each. For Pendulum monsters, they are almost identical. They are only changing one rule. Basically, face-down Pendulum monsters in the extra decks, such as Nirvana High Paladin, Zark, so on and so forth, can be summoned to any zone the first time, but when Pendulum summoned back to the field from the face-up extra deck, they must be summoned to the extra monster zone, or a zone a Link monster points to. This points to me that they are still wanting to curb pendulums. They don't want to have a remake of pendulums, because that is the only change. So therefore, if you want to pendulum summon multiple pendulum monsters from an extract, you still have to have Link monsters pointing to arrows below. But if you want to synchro summon a synchro pendulum, like Clearwing, Fast Dragon, or something, you can summon to anything. But then if you want to pendulum summon it back, it has to be summoned to the extra monster zone, or a Link monster's Link arrow. This is amazing. Okay, guys. Master Roll 4 killed so many decks. For just off the top of my head, Ignites, God, now that I said that, I can't think. It made decks that were not designed for Master Roll 4 significantly harder to play. Okay, it did kill a lot of decks at first, especially Pendulum decks, but as time went on, Konami gave us support that fixed a lot of those issues. This is gonna make DDD playable again. DDD have not been viable for years, ever since Master Rule 4 came out, partly because the archetype locks into their own stuff a lot of times, especially with their own Link monster. There's no really good Link monsters for the archetype other than arguably Electromite, but then, at the same time, the deck doesn't want to really use that investment. This is going to make so many archetypes that have been borderline unplayable for the entirety of Master Rule 4 playable again, at least as a rogue or fun deck. I am genuinely ecstatic for this. This makes me want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! On a daily basis again once this goes into effect, because it genuinely hurt like a lot of my favorite archetypes. Just look at Scraps. I've been testing out Scraps with their Link monster. Even with the Link, it's super inconvenient to constantly have to bounce around the Link arrows and try to make a Link monster while also trying to make synchros and so on and so forth. Obviously, the best decks of the best decks are not going to have this issue, but it's something that's going to help out a lot of the smaller decks so much, and I am so happy for this. This is actually not going to be a Master Rule 5 or 6 or anything like that. It's just going to be a Master Rule April 1st revision. And the fact that it's April 1st kind of makes me think this is a joke, but it's not. This is just fantastic. Thank you so much, Konami, for listening to the fans. That's all I have to say. Now, if you guys could do something about the crappy time rules, that would be perfect. But I'm gonna take what I can get. This genuinely makes me happy. I cannot express that enough. They also announced the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. It's gonna be called Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. Let's see here. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, and Yu-Gi-Oh! God dang it! You guys couldn't be any more creative. That's literally just Yu-Gi-Oh! The 7th series. God dang it! This looks so much like freaking. I'm not gonna lie. This reminds me so much of. God, I want to say, what was the anime called? It's not Bakugan. What's the other card game that people liked for a little bit? Card Fight. Yeah, it looks like Card Fight. I was getting it mixed up with Buddy Fight and stuff. I like the design of this dragon and stuff over here. He's kind of creepy looking. I'm not gonna play the PV here. The trailer. If you guys want to watch it, go watch it. Obviously, it's on YGO Organization. I'm sure it's everywhere on YouTube right now. I'm not going to play it because it's going to get copyrighted so hard. So let's see here. The story is that in a not so distant future, Goha City is governed by its largest corporation, Goha Corp. Everything from schooling to dueling rules to much of daily life. Odell Yuga, who attends Goha 7th Elementary, decides to... Oh, wow, he's in elementary school. Wow. I think that's probably going to be the youngest protagonist we've had, guys. That is crazy, because every protagonist that we've had in the past has at least been in high school. This kid is going to be in elementary school. That's going to be interesting, I mean... as short as Yugi was, he was, I believe, at least in middle school or high school. I can't remember which. They don't really express it too much. I haven't read the manga. I think they outright tell you he's in high school or middle school in the manga. And then we don't really get the idea of what GX is, but I think it's pretty clear it's at least a high school or like I don't think a dueling academy would count as a high school, but you kind of get what I mean. And then, Yusei was an adult. I think he's actually confirmed to be 19, 20-ish, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yuya, Yuma was in high school for sure, I believe, right? Maybe middle school? I can't remember. But yeah, this kid's going to be the youngest Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist, I'm pretty sure, especially if this is an actual elementary school. He looks to be at least in 5th grade, if I had to take a guess. Let's see here. He decides to change this world, which is too cramped for kids, and battles with his road rush duel while believing in his creations. There's a picture of some stuff. He's 11. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely 5th grade. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, he is. I think that's this. He has to be the youngest like protagonist. Um, Starts airing in April. I believe it said right. April 2020. Yep. This is going to be interesting, especially the Rush Duels, which we will cover here in a moment. They also announced a cool app that's supposed to help out Yu-Gi-Oh players and stuff. It functions as a calculator. It keeps tracks of life points, can roll dice, toss coins, act as a timer, and yet it still won't be allowed at like regionals and stuff. Watch, because you can't use your phone out and about. And it also has a log for life point changes. That's cool. You can also take pictures and use image recognition to pull up card information in the app. I like that. This is so cool. You can even create deck lists and share and copy them. That is really cool. And you can even do test hands. This is a great app. I hope this comes out in English. Like, oh my god, this is a great app. We need it. And the life point tracking and all that, it's going to be redundant because you can't use it in a freaking official like regional and stuff. But still, that's really cool. I mean, it'd be cool if like Konami made an exception. Like, oh, if you're using a Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron app or something, that'd be nice. Now let's talk about Rush Duels. I have not looked at this yet. This is going to be my first genuine thoughts about it. And as I think about it more after this, I might do a video in the next day or two talking about it. It's going to be a bit hard because tomorrow I'm working all day and Sunday I have my family Christmas party. So I'm going to have to let this simmer for a bit. Oh my god. Okay. So the main concept about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s is focusing around Rush Duels. But what exactly are Rush Duels? From the brief Q&A held at the Jump Festa with the main cast, Rush Duel is a new concept created by the protagonist, Yuga. So he comes up with this, and holy crap, does he have a blue eyes? Does he have a blue eyes, guys? Wait, because that's blue eyes. That's unmistakable, that's blue eyes. Okay, if he has a blue eyes, that's going to be crazy. Apparently he doesn't like the concept of rules, but rather building his own road forward. Of course, road being a pun on his name. Is it? What's his name again? Yuga. And then his like first name is Oda or something like that. Odo. It has to be a pun in Japanese. I don't get it. However, we quickly learned from the... Oh, and there will be a new product for the OCG in the physical card game. Okay, so on the right side of the product branches into the existing 11 product season, okay, with Rise of the Duels being the first product of the anime, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel with an unnamed product. This also matches the premiere of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime, as well as the application of Master Rules April 1st, 2020 revision. So how do you play a Rush Duel? This is interesting. It sounds so much like, I mean, like just going off the name, it sounds like Speed Duel. But I mean, Speed Duels was the whole concept of like Vrains. That was the main thing that they were doing there. So I don't know. I really like the idea of Konami introducing more formats into Yu-Gi-Oh! This is something that people have been wanting for years now. Because, you know, you look at Magic, and Magic has like 50 different formats. You know, you got Standard, you got Modern, you got Commander, you got... I don't even know all the others because I don't play Magic. But, you know, you got all these different other formats. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! We don't have... up until recently, we did not have officially licensed different formats. You know, technically speaking, we only have two formats in Yu-Gi-Oh! Traditional and Standard. And Traditional, you almost never see anything for. I think there was like one traditional tournament that was official in Japan a while back, and it was a total hellhole. No, it was bonkers. Nobody liked it. So the idea that they're trying to branch out, you know, with Speed Duels and now Rush Duels, I really, really like. So let's see what they're gonna do here. So the product's gonna come out then. Okay, so the three characteristics of Rush Duels: uses specialized cards, new cards that are easy to interpret and very attractive are introduced. So they might be a good way to introduce somebody to Yu-Gi-Oh! Continuous summoning: you can summon any number of monsters per turn. Mass drawing: each turn you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. That is crazy. So yeah, I see how it can be like it's focused on rushing. So if I had to take a guess, starting with this, we're going to get Rush Duel cards, and then we're probably going to get like official versions of those cards for the main game. So Oh wow, that's a monster, not a person. Okay, so that's what a Rush Duel card looks like. Like what the official Rush Duel cards are going to look like. And as you can see, comparing them to a regular Yu-Gi-Oh card, they look a lot more simplified. You know, they tell you exactly what the level is. The lettering and attribute signs are super big and bold. The attack and defense is super big and bold, and then they have so much room down here for the text and everything that they can make it super big and bold too. This, I mean, it seems like it was made by an elementary schooler. You know, keep in mind this kid, the kid in the game, like I mean in the anime, it is a kid. You know, he probably wanted to make big things to be big and easy to read, and that makes sense, and flashy too. This is interesting. I kind of hope this takes off, like kind of, because it'd be fun to see the you know, just any other kind of playstyle, or if these will even be usable in regular games. For the second point, the stream clarified that, for example, under the existing rules, you are only allowed one normal summon or set per turn. While in a Rush Duel, as long as you have monsters in your hand, you can keep playing as many as you want. If you have a level 5 or higher, you still have to tribute summon it as usual. Okay. And the third point replenishes your hand after playing several monsters from your hand by drawing cards in each of your turns until your hand size becomes 5. So it seems like the main point of this is to just summon a buttload of monsters and keep going. I'm very curious to see where they're going to go with this. They haven't given us much details yet in regards to this. Like, will Rush Duel cards be playable in the main game, even though they have such a wildly different aesthetic to them? And will what will all the be like? What will all the like more finer points be like? Because it's all about just summoning a lot of monsters very easily. Will we see, like, maybe in a Rush Duel you'll have a lot more life points or something? I don't know, because I can see how this can get very degenerate very fast. But at the same time, it's all about going fast. You know, gotta go fast. I like this. I want to see more. What are these things called? I want to see what these monsters are called. They don't give us the... Well, the names are clear here, but YGO Organization has not provided a translation for these. This is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Consider me curious. Let's see if any more information has come out. No. Okay, so... This... I don't know what to say yet. Okay, because we don't have enough information, and I doubt they're going to give us any more information until we get... until they come out with more stuff later. I mean, heck, that's what they did to us with Pendulum Summoning and with Links. They gave us a tease, and then they told us more about everything later on. However, this is a very interesting format. I just want to know, can we play Rush Duel cards in regular games, or are we going to get regular Yu-Gi-Oh versions of these Rush Duel cards? Like with this guy here, I'm just going to call him Purple Orb Blue Dragon. Or, no, wait, no, he's got Thunder everywhere. Thundershock Dragon, there we go, Thundershock. I don't know, just Dragon, okay? Let's say this Dragon comes out in like the first set for Rush Duels. Okay, are we going to get a regular Yu-Gi-Oh version of him too? I'm just curious about that. And if I have any concern with any of this, is that Konami is prone to just dropping stuff that does not do well, okay? That's like one of my big concerns with Speed Duels, because Speed Duels, to my knowledge, have not been doing well. And I really want to see Speed Duel succeed, partly because of the possible reprints that we're going to get from it, and also partly because I want more options to be available for us to, you know, have for playing this game. You know, I mean, heck, me and my friends came up with different like formats to play because we wanted to mess around. I actually got videos from our Battle Royale duels that we would have on here. Which was just basically inspired by the Battle Royale duels in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V anime. So, I hope that this doesn't backfire on Konami. I do like that they are trying more things. I know there was a recent interview with the head of R&D with Yu-Gi-Oh! And the head of R&D with Duel Links, and that they were very ecstatic because they were scared with Duel Links because they thought that people would either flock to Duel Links or that Duel Links would fail. But however, what they found in the data is that Duel Links with as Duel Links has had more success, so has Yu-Gi-Oh! They've correlated. Now, just because correlation is there does not mean causation. There's no way they can prove for a fact that those who played Duel Links started playing the main game or vice versa. So it's something that I am kind of curious if that maybe Duel Links has given them a bit more courage to try out other formats. This is going to be very interesting. I hope that this is implemented well, and I hope that they don't just drop it. My other main concern for me personally, okay, is that Konami is kind of notorious lately with a little thing called short prints. And they might treat these Rush Duel sets as side sets, and I could totally see them short printing the heck out of certain cards. And that could totally kill the hype for this. So, I don't know what else to say. There's not much else to say at the moment. There's just not enough information. Consider my interest peaked. I am very, very, very curious. I want to see where this is going. It's kind of nice to see that the anime will be coming out sooner than I thought. I had heard that, it wasn't going to come out at the usual time that, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes do come out. So, the fact that it is kind of nice. If I had to take a guess, this is probably going to be the main character's boss monster, because, hey, 2500 attack right there. But that's just my guess. It's also level 7, so this has to be the main character's boss monster. It would surprise me if it wasn't. I mean, it could just be doing another, firewall dragon on us and trick us into thinking that this is when it's really this guy. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the idea with Rush Duels right now? Right now, my main thing is that we just don't know enough about the other intricacies to it, that I can't say whether or not I am really all for with this, especially since, I mean, heck, let's be honest, Yu-Gi-Oh! Already is a Rush Duel. You spam out so many monsters, and there's no real point. The only thing is that you just can't normal summon more than once a turn. But with this, it seems to be the opposite. It'd be really interesting to see if they, you can normal summon as much, but you can't special summon. That would be really interesting. Or like, if, like, you're only limited to, like, one special summon. Like, if they reversed it, like, oh, you can normal summon as much, but you can only special summon once a turn. That would be interesting. I just thought about that. Like, if it's an inversion of the usual roles of Yu-Gi-Oh!, this could get very interesting very fast. But I digress. What do you guys think? Thank you all for watching. Sorry for uploading so late. If you guys want to see more of these late night uploads, let me know. I don't know. Be sure to check out everything down in the description below. And hey, if you want to be a channel member, it's only $1 a month, and it would help me out a lot. Thank you all for watching the video. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all later.